Thanks for staying here on Joy News Desk. Let me take you back to that story on the nationwide strike declared by the Ghana Liquefied Petroleum Gas Operators Association. Anio Sabote, he's comms manager of the NPA. He joins us on the line. Thank you for your time here this morning, Mr. Sabote. Now, we've spoken to members of GLIPGOA, and they are accusing the NPA of not addressing their concerns.
Did they say what their concerns are or what the concerns?
They claim, for example, that if we are going to do this gas recirculation or cylinder recirculation module, the cost is going to be handed or is going to trickle down to the consumer, and they don't want that. For them, they believe that this particular concern was not forwarded in your final report to government.
Well, first and foremost, there has never been a final report because, you know, the engagement with the stakeholders involved in the process are still ongoing. So I find it a bit strange that they would say, for example, that how they arrive at the cost that will be passed on to consumers that they've not been able to state. And also the point that the negotiations are done and therefore a final document, you know, has been prepared and forwarded to government. None of that of the allegations is true, Benis. But I can tell you, for example, that GLIPGOA has been part as an association, has been part of the process from day one. They've made their contributions, and along the line, they had a disagreement. One of the major issues that they raised had to do with the fact that the entire policy itself should not even happen, and we feel that that is extremely untenable, you know, because in the heart of this particular policy is public safety. And people may have issues. There may be a new model that is being pushed. And rightly so, during the committee process or during the process of the committee and engagement, a lot of divergent views did come up. And we sit down when we agree to disagree, to pick points where it will be workable for everybody, and we reach a compromise. Not even a single member did raise the issues that should be thrown out. However, GLIPGOA believes that this whole process itself should be thrown out because first and foremost, it's going to throw them out of job. We addressed that particular concern and we told them that it is never true. We gave them even the model and how it's going to even increase the jobs for their own members. So for now, for them to even come out and say that, you know, a document has been prepared and the document has been sent to government, unfortunately, it's not true.
All right, Mr. Sabote, from your statement, and also our checks reveal that some of the filling stations that are directly under GLIPGOA, most of them are in rural communities. But from your statement, you're assuring the public that you have some filling stations working. So what about those in rural communities who may solely depend on facilities run by members of GLIPGOA?
Well, I mean, we have also done our checks, and I can speak to you that even within GLIPGOA setup itself, it's not every member who has adhered to the call for them to down their tools. You know, there are a lot of the outlets who are still working. In terms of the strike, it does not mean also that we are sitting down aloof and watching for it to happen. Because, like we have said, our concern has to do with the consumer, and everything is being done to ensure that, you know, people get the product they need for either their business or their personal issues. You know, but we'll continue to engage GLIPGOA, like we said, that the NPA as an authority runs an open door policy. And as every grain of concern that is put on the table at the committee level is captured in a statement, is debated, and is spoken to by those tasked with the responsibility. We have sub-committees where even after the general committee meets, the sub-committees meet to be able to flesh out all the fine details before a workable proposal that is agreeable or acceptable to all is forwarded to government. But as we speak, no document has gone to government to say this is the final chapter of the process. That is not true.
We'll leave it here for now. Anio Sabote, he's comms manager of the NPA, speaking to the GLIPGOA strike. Meanwhile, we've been speaking to some consumers and operators of gas filling stations.
Say, Juma na dear no de bano. We say a ban will 2 media say The government has a good policy, but proper measures have to be put in place for a better understanding. Some people like what we do and others dislike it, so we need to strategize well. Prices will go up for a purchase of a new cylinder. They say the minimum price will be 50 cedis and 80 cedis. So what happens to those who can't afford the 50 cedis? The government should exercise patience rather than forcing us to accept the policy.
Say no, we and check 50 cedis last price now. Nipa no balance will inflate our gas. So, and you can't be a form, yes, because I form. Into yes, we have a bois near you for a back connecting create man, abandoning your butre. So, if we said the account, Chassia, or Mono Yancha or Munumoduma, yes, we are near dear, will be insist and so much.